Today, I'm going to share with you the story of my life, or more specifically, the story of how I made it to university. For many of us, there's a standard rite of passage. After 2 years in JC, we take the A level examinations, do well, and choose our course, or do 3 years in poly and enter university. However, my route to university was an unconventional one. I took my A levels in 2011, and this was my result slip. In case you were wondering why there's only three subjects, that was because I failed my economics and chemistry. It was disastrous. I felt like I was an utter disgrace and an embarrassment to my parents. I am the oldest child in my family, but I was not able to set a good example for my siblings. On top of that, I was severely overweight. Suicidal thoughts were running through my mind. I wasn't able to accept failure. I loitered around the shopping mall near my school and only decided to go home at midnight. When I was home, my mom saw how sad I was and decided to leave me alone. It was at this point in time that I wanted her to scold me. Scold me for not being able to get good results like my peers. After about 15 minutes, she came to my room and said to me, "Life is never always a bed of roses. At times, it is tragedy. But in each setback, whether small or large, we find opportunity for growth. And as long as a glimmer of hope remains, so do we." She gave me a hug and left the room. Well, I did not cry, but my eyes started to perspire. The next day, my mom accompanied me to school and begged the principal to give me a chance to retake my A level. The principal discussed with my former teachers and agreed to give me a second chance because I had no disciplinary problem. I went back to school after the March holidays feeling motivated to lose weight and do well for my examinations. I must say that there was a mixture of reactions when my friends found out I retained. Some of them labeled me as stupid, while others were generally encouraging. I took the negative comments and nasty words as an added form of motivation. I started to run and keep fit, taking part in many races. Now, this was me after completing the full marathon in 2012. If you were thinking that this was Photoshop, here is another photo of me in pain. People ask me why did I pay money to torture myself. However, I do not see it as a form of torture. Rather, I see it as a challenge to myself. I was more focused in my studies and kept my weight in check. At times when I felt like giving up, my mom encouraged me by telling me the mind is the forerunner of all things. If I set my mind to doing something, I will achieve it eventually. I retook my A levels in 2012, and this was my final result slip. I did so much better and secured a spot in School of Engineering in NTU. I felt like I was on top of the world the moment I got my result slip. Now, in conclusion, I learned that setbacks are bound to happen. And I am forever grateful to my principal for giving me a second chance, because it is not every time that we get a second chance in life.